here's Brody Brazil.
I'm back on the voicemails, and this reminder, put this phone number in your contacts. Call it anytime. Whenever there's something hot on your mind that you can't wait to get off your chest or you think is important, it's relevant, you want to share, you want me to talk about it, just leave me a voicemail. Don't worry. You call this number 24/7. I never actually pick up. It never even rings me. But I will check these voicemails periodically, and I will get back to the best ones, like this one.
Hey, Brody, and possibly viewers if this gets used. I'm Nathaniel from the great city of Baltimore, Maryland.
All right.
And that's relevant because I'm wondering, of all the cities to lose Major League sports teams, which are most likely to get one back? Like, for example, you've got Oakland in baseball, unfortunately. Yeah. You've got Baltimore basketball, the Bullets. Montreal's a big one. But then you have examples where you do get the sport coming back to the city with, like, the Ravens and how we lost the Colts and then the Ravens came. The Orioles became the Yankees, and then baseball came back later.
That's right.
Anyway, I hope this is an interesting topic. I think it would be cool, but, anyway, bye.
Quick ending to a great call, Nathaniel. You're well-versed in this. Like, you've got a lot of knowledge. The Orioles-Yankees combo from way back in the day, I didn't even know that until a couple summers ago when I was doing research on team relocations and moves and changes and all that stuff. But Nathaniel from Baltimore, thank you so much for bringing up this compelling topic. And let me dive into it like this. In terms of second chances and cities that deserve it most, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm not going to beat around the bush here. I'm just going to give it to you straight. I've got one in every major pro sports league. And this just goes to show you every league can make a mistake and let one get away. Like the NBA did it in Seattle with the Sonics. And I love the fact that if you go to Seattle to this day, there are still people walking around downtown with Seattle Supersonics gear. You want to see a Gary Payton jersey, a Sean Kemp jersey, a Detlef Schrempf jersey? You can still find that in downtown Seattle. They deserve the Sonics back. It is so frustrating that they couldn't get Key Arena fixed up back then. That's what it used to be called. And then the hockey team comes around and they get it totally renovated, gutted, remodeled. It's great for hockey. They can play basketball again there. Easy. They can do it tomorrow. So now that problem, that hurdle that they just couldn't get over is taken care of. It's a great venue. It's a great basketball town. It's a great stop on the circuit. David Stern himself even acknowledged before passing away that it was a mistake, that the NBA should have never left Seattle or let that team leave, and they did. And hindsight is a little bit more 2020, but I think even in the moment you could see, wait, you're taking a team from Seattle, and hey, credit to Oklahoma City. Not trying to knock the Thunder. I'm really not. That's not what this is about. It's not about where they went. It's about taking away something that shouldn't have happened in the first place. The NHL in Phoenix, I just don't think the desert ever got a fair shake. I think the way it happened and the multiple tries that the Murillo family had, I think how big the market is in Phoenix, how there's like a special feeling about hockey when you're down there. And you can say, well, their attendance was never great. Their buildings were never great. You go put a barn out in Glendale and see how many people show up versus Scottsdale, versus Tempe, versus even downtown Phoenix was a better draw and would still be better to this day than where they were out in Glendale. And then the couple years playing at Mullet Arena on the campus of ASU, what did you expect was going to happen and the response to that? It's kind of like a major league team playing in a minor league ballpark for multiple years. How did you think that was going to go? So I think Phoenicians, citizens of Phoenix and the desert, they deserve a second chance at the NHL. I think you already know my background with the Oakland Athletics and everything that happened in this region across the last handful of years. It was not fun. It was not pleasant. It was traumatic in reverse. I can speak on all these other cities a lot more knowledgeably now because I've been through it. I've seen the movie. I lived the movie. I felt like I was part of the movie sometimes, of watching this unfold and seeing how crazy and ridiculous it is and what it's like, the process full scale of talks about this to developments of this to I can't believe this is really happening. Is nobody going to stop this? Is nobody going to be a hero? Are they really going to be able to get away with this? All of those things. So I'm knowledgeable on all of that. Oakland did so well as a major league team, as a major league market. I get it. There's two teams in this market. The Bay Area is either the smallest dual team market or the biggest solo team market. I think that's true, right? So what is it going to be? This region can support it. When two teams are actually trying to compete, it's not just the Giants sprinting and the A's kind of lollygagging. That's not going to work. You need two competitive teams that can put out competitive products with comparable ballparks and experiences. If you can do that, they will both absolutely thrive in this region. Oakland deserves a chance. I'm going to get off my soapbox on that one. You already know it. And San Diego is terrible. Look at the support the Padres get. And how was that region not able to, number one, get a stadium done, knowing the situation at hand, or also, if you are the one that owns the Chargers, I'm talking about the Spanos family, yeah, I get it, the allure of upgrading to Los Angeles. Right, because maybe the sponsors pay more in Los Angeles, so the TV ratings are better in Los Angeles. But you're like the third or fourth team of Los Angeles. And no, I get it. No, there's only two teams there now. I think more fans in Los Angeles love the Raiders for sure, love the Rams more than you for sure. I said four teams. I'll throw in both USC and UCLA. They're kind of combined to be the third football team. More people like those two college teams than care at all about the Chargers. They're like San Diego coming over to sleep over on your couch for a couple weeks. I don't think, does Los Angeles embrace the Chargers? Do they care? Do they want them there? They'd obviously rather have the Raiders, and they're glad to have the Rams back. But it's so crazy that it feels so, it's a bad taste in my mouth to think about the Chargers leaving how they did. So San Diego deserves a second chance at the NFL, if I didn't make that very clear. Those are my four picks. What you get in all four of these places are big markets. You get big fan bases. You got big media entities, a lot of industry in these respective cities for sponsors. They've done it before. They can do it again to a high level. They just did not get a fair shake. The only thing I worry about are reputations get spoiled. Like a decent reputation. Like, will the NHL say, well, we've already been in Phoenix and, it just didn't work out. And I know it was the wrong people in the wrong situation, but we'll stay away from there because it feels like an open wound. Maybe the same thing in Oakland. Maybe the same thing in San Diego. I hope not. It seems like Seattle's the only one here where the league is like, yeah, we're probably going to go back. NHL should feel that way about Phoenix. Baseball should feel that way about Oakland. Football should feel that way about San Diego, the same way that I know the NBA already feels about Seattle and probably expanding to Las Vegas eventually. It's hurtful. I'll leave it with this. It's hurtful when teams leave, not just that, but when they leave and take their names. If you look at Seattle, at least over all these years, fans can walk around and feel safe and feel not terribly upset and traumatized by wearing Sonics gear still. They can do that. In Phoenix, I get it. They were the Utah Hockey Club. Now they're the Mammoth. You can still have the Coyote logo on any piece of gear that you own and still wear it proud and say, you know what, this is who we are. This represents our region. I'm a fan of this still. It's gone. It doesn't exist. It's dormant. It's something. It's not, is it inactive? What is it? Whatever it's called. But in Oakland and San Diego, the team name was taken away too. So now when you see somebody in Oakland wearing an A's hat, it's like, what are you doing? And I kind of feel like if you're in San Diego and you're wearing a Chargers hat around, it's like, what, huh? You know what happened here, right? And you're still cool with that? So it's hurtful when teams take their names, and make a separate video about this some other time. Maybe what it should be is that when teams take public subsidies, that public entity, a city, a county, a state, whatever, has some ownership of the name so that you can't ever transfer it somewhere else. I know that gets messy and complicated. Just a thought. We'll break that down some other time. Let me know what you think about all this. Again, if you ever have a thought that's relevant, that's interesting, something you want to bring up, something we should do a video on, call me, 510-343-3640. Also, thumbs up down below on this video helps me, the video, and the channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to see you back here next time.